of the Bar Poker Open, event number 1. We're on day 2. My name is Jesse Fullen. With me is a legend. I mean, world-renowned poker commentator. He's been, I can do a long wrestling interview. This is Norman Chad. Say hi, Norman.
Hi.
All right. I think that's about all we paid for regarding Norman's time here. You have a nice flight. See you later.
All one-syllable words until we are heads up.
I love that.
It will be hard, but I can do it.
Fantastic. I think I'll be laughing the entire time if we keep doing that. All right, we're going to turn our cameras off, and let's focus on some big money up here. We got over $22K up top for first place, which would be fun. If you see a little blurred version right here, you might need to go to your eye doctor because I see it perfect. We got Sean and Fabio still considering what to do here. All right. There we go.
Just before we came on air here, Tuan doubling up with pocket aces against Bob Bush.
Oh.
And so Bob's now the short stack, and Tuan is pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's a crusher. We're going to introduce you to the players around the table with our final 8 momentarily. So as we may break it up a little bit to talk about the hands, but Norman has done extensive research, he tells me, about each of these players. So I'm excited to hear all the information he was able to find.
Okay, there is no extensive research. I don't know why you have to lie about that. Second of all, most hands, there's always another hand around the corner. So no one, this looks like a good hand though, ace king, ace queen.
Oh,
no one particular hand is necessarily all that critical.
Let's introduce Bob real fast just in case. This is Bob Bush here in seat 8 with the glasses. Bob is a local. He's retired. Oh, no, he's from Arkansas originally. Regular here, though. He did recently take down a Moneymaker Tour event.
He did, and he's now in another bad spot. When he doubled up Tuan, he had ace-queen against Tuan's aces. Here, Bob has ace-queen, and Alan has ace-king. And Bob all in, and Bob in a heap of trouble. The Moneymaker Tour win, by the way, was here at Palm Beach Kennel Club just about 6 weeks ago.
Nice. We're looking for a queen for Bob. 10, 3, 9, rainbow. Oh, we need a jack
queen.
Or queen. Nope. Coming today.
Boy, that was 2 hands and out for Bob. Back-to-back ace-queens. And that is a lesson to be learned. You see the ace-queen. Take a break.
There you go. Bob's going to finish in 8th place for 2,206. No, I'm sorry, that's 9th place. 2,894 US dollars.
Bringing us down to 7. Fabio with 1/4 of the chips in play.
All right, we're going to introduce a few of these players going around the circle. Just to the left of the dealer in the 1 seat, that is going to be, let's see, Sean Morrow. He's a racehorse trainer. And Norman, I don't know why you asked him this, but his astrological sign is a Taurus.
I did not ask what his astrological sign was. I do not care what his astrological sign is unless I'm looking to date. Let's go to the rest of the table.
All right. Ace-queen offsuit for Brian. Here in the beautiful Puma hat. Brian makes 150,000 to go. Action folds around to Sean. Again, that's Sean in the seat 1. Let's go, or Sean, yeah. Fabio goes. Let's go 2. Oh, Niall with pocket 8s. Here we go.
And once again,
all right,
ace-queen in trouble.
We got to talk about Brian real quick then. This is Brian Vasquez, who, when I asked him what his occupation was, Norman, he just smiled at me.
Meaning?
I don't know. I'm kind of scared.
Well, he picks up a gut shot here to stay alive. He needs a jack.
Or a 10. Or an ace or queen, or yeah, there we go.
There we go.
He had 17,000 outs. It looked like he had.
It was not 17,000 outs.
Tons of outs.
He had. He
Ace,
was
queen, jack, 10.
He was an underdog going to the river. He stays alive.
How can he be an underdog when he gets there?
So Brian, who doubles up there, luckily, did not tell you what he did for a living.
No, so I asked Brian in the Puma hat, "Hey, what's your occupation?" And he looked at me and then just smiled.
Okay, that generally means special ops. Could be CIA.
I don't know, but I definitely am kind of concerned. He also just randomly told me my shoe size is 10.5.
I'm sorry. He randomly told you his shoe size?
Yeah.
Who randomly tells you a shoe size?
Brian Vasquez. Right
Okay,
there.
so you're a recreational poker player. What are the chances that he's just not lying to you to put you off the scent of what he really does?
I don't really study poker.
Did you look at his feet?
Yeah, they look like they were tiny.
Well, tiny's less than 10.5.
Okay.
Maybe not for you. What's your shoe size?
14.
What are you, Shaquille O'Neal?
I actually, Norman, if you've never seen my feet, I do have really.
Oh, those are large
I
shoes.
do have large feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, ace queen all over. I mean, what, 4 or 5 hands in a row now?
Again, we've seen ace queen go 0 for 3 here in big spots. Stay away from ace queen.
Please.
I learned that from Doral Brunson, who in his original Super System
Rest in peace.
talked about why he would not play ace queen. And so he said he's never play ace queen again. He lied. He's played ace queen since then, but he should have not. He should not have. He should have taken his own advice. Ace queen over the course of time will be a stone cold loser. Here it has Eddie's ace 4 dominated.
That's right. RG on chat says, "Why is Norm breathing so hard?" Well, RG, Norman is a little bit older. His health has declined a little bit. 958 diamond swap.
Archie, can I see you for a moment outside?
Ay. I'm a mouth breather, so it's probably me breathing loud. I will tell you also, Archie, I've acquired allergies. I don't really need to go into this with a stranger. I don't know. Don't worry about it, man. We always just got the gym.
A stranger just told you his shoe size.
Yeah.
So apparently you have no problem, I think, talking to RG, a stranger, about allergies.
Maybe you're right. Let's continue to introduce you to some of these players. Just to the left of Sean Morrow in seat 1 is Fabio Santos. He works in computers. He tells me that his biggest cash is 115. Then he just stopped. I'm not sure if that's dollars or thousand.
Well, it's a big gap.
It is
we don't know if there's a lot of zeros or no zeros.
I mean, there's at least 2 zeros after the decimal point. But
Okay, just as on the left of the decimal point. Were you homeschooled?
No. Texas.
That's the equivalent of being
Public
homeschooled.
education, Texas, yeah.
That's the equivalent of being
We
homeschooled.
got a big move over here. Eddie with pocket 10s.
Eddie with about 16 big blinds, and this is definitely go time.
Yeah. It works out for him.
Well, he was in the small blind. Obviously, chances are the big blind is going to have nothing to compete with the pocket 10s.
FM says, can barely hear the table talk. Well, FM, we will get to table talk soon, but we have an amazing asset here with us. Norman Chad, don't worry, we'll definitely let the table talk plenty. Appreciate you watching with us, though.
Blinds right now at 30 and 60. Essentially a min raise from Tuan Fan. And it's over.
All right. In the 3, so we got Tuan Fan. Let's talk about him. When I asked him what his occupation was, he said, I'm a poker player and a dealer, and I'm an Aquarius. another sign, which was.
Were you asking for
No.
astrological signs, or they're just giving it to you?
I didn't. I barely asked him his first and last name.
You're telling me that 2 players just volunteered their astrological sign.
Yeah.
Are you wearing? Are you giving up a real scent to them? Are you wearing Aquavelva? Are you wearing Old Spice? Why would they be giving you astrological signs?
No idea. No idea. Brian lets it go. On the small blind with 4-8 of diamonds. Calls. Sean jams. And it gets through. All right, we talked about, let's see, we talked about Tuan. In the white hat here in seat, it's seat 4 for us. Niall, he's a bartender. And really fun thing, we're here for Bar Poker Open, Norman. This gentleman right here, he has played poker in a bar before. And the first time was when he was 12 years old.
That was and is a ridiculous and amazing piece of information. 12 years old, playing, obviously, underage in a bar, but not even close. I mean, you have to be 18 to drink. How can a 12-year-old walk into a bar, put down some money, and start playing bar poker? Niall did it.
It worked out for him. Let's see. What's also great about Niall is he won this exact same event just a few months ago. So bar poker worked out for him.
Well, that again tells me something. I know that in the course of history, if you start very early at a pursuit and you're very good at it, you have a head start. We see that in sports, like with gymnasts and figure skaters. We see that in entertainment and music, like a Michael Jackson. Niall started at the age of 12, a head start on everybody else.
Boom. Now with the ace-king offsuit. Yeehaw. Under the gun. Now makes 125,000 to go. And it works out. Sitting just next to Niall is Eddie Cruz. He's a plumber. His biggest cash to date is about $34,000.
That's about a week's worth, maybe a week's worth of work for him as a plumber.
Well, shoot. That works out.
Yeah.
And he is a local. Sitting next to him is Brian. We already talked about Brian. Got 2 more. Okay, our last player to announce is this gentleman in the blue right here. That's seat 7 for us. Alan Carlisle is a real estate broker. He's a local, born and raised. Right here with ace-king suited. Alan's got. I asked him about his profession stuff. He didn't really want to open up much, but then suddenly he tells me that my mom is one of 11 siblings, and I've got 31st cousins.
Okay. He's got 11 aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
30-plus cousins.
First cousins alone.
First cousins. That's a very active family.
No joke.
And hopefully, considering the economy, they have a Costco or Sam's Club card.
I mean, what would it be like if you just want to go to Christmas and you got like 60 people?
Small portions.
I mean. All right, and those are our players, you guys.
An eclectic group.
Yeah.
7 players, 7 different professions, 1 profession we don't know. All seeking the $22,000 first prize here in event number 1.
Richard Stein in chat asks, what's the next payout? That's $3,542 for 7th place. 7 players remain. What happened to Jeff, asks Richard. Jeff, he's gone. We don't know how. What happened, but he gone.
This is a very good dealer, but she's wearing what we call the cat burglar gloves. Do you see how that
Oh yeah,
that sweater or whatever, it comes down to part of her fingers, but it leaves her fingers free. So when you're a cat burglar in the winter, you work a lot of times outside in the cold.
Yeah.
So it keeps most of your hand warm, but you need those fingers to be able to manipulate certain, like a lock.
We got a big 3-bet here from Niall with pocket jacks. The Jiggities.
Virtually identical stacks for Tuan and Niall.
Tuan with pocket 8s.
So a critical pot here. One of these two could be out or left with nothing, next to nothing.
Let's see what's going to happen. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us in chat. Deuce, Jack 5. Oh, mama.
Niall top set.
Tuan with one of those spades. And now his first act.
Tuan in awful shape here, but it's kind of hard to just fold to just one bet on the flop, so pocket 8s could be good here. Just one overcard.
10 of diamonds on the turn. Niall is not going to try anything trappy, it looks like. He's going to continue to put aggression on. He's got a story he's telling.
And he would want to protect his hand just in case Tuan had a hand like ace queen, king queen. Doesn't want to give him a free card here to a straight draw.
Yeah.
Tuan could be up against himself, thinking he's up against ace king, ace queen, and Niall just going with a seat bet and then another bet, and so the 8s again could be good here, and we know he is drawing dead.
All right, well, at least it's an ace to maybe tell Tuan, like, get away from here.
And get away he wants to do. He is Tuan down to about 15 bigs. Both these players down to 15 bigs. I don't think the ace is going to slow down Niall, even though, again, he could have been up against a draw like a king-queen that could have completed it. I think we're going to hear from him here.
Yeah, he's looking at his chips pretty hard. Looks like around 125. No, more than that. Good Lord.
Yeah, good Lord.
600,000. Those are 25s. My gosh.
So a little more, a little less than 1/3 bet pot, and Tuan will get away.
Worst river ever announced. He's not wrong.
Okay, ever is a long time, Jesse. That might be the worst river maybe in the last 15 minutes, and that's it. Worst river ever.
That's what our friend Niall said.
I know, and you repeated it like it was coming down from the heavens.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. In case you're just tuning in, welcome. This is day 2, the final table of the Bar Poker Open 100K Open event here at Palm Beach Kennel Club. 100K guarantee. We saw lots of our Bar Poker Open players in there, but a lot of them sadly could not make it all the way here. We do see Niall there in the middle. While he is a local and plays here a lot, he does have bar poker history, which we love, playing bar poker at the young age of 12 years old. He works at O'Shea's, apparently, and he's a bartender. It's a lot of fun. Nice guy.
And you see from the chip count, we have 3 players, Eddie, Tuan, and Sean, all in probably shove mode, under 20 bigs. Nobody else in trouble. Brian in 4th has more than 30 bigs.
In case you think to yourself, man, that voice sounds familiar, this is Norman Shad in the booth.
I knew it.
How do you know?
Well, when I was speaking, it sounded familiar to me that it might be me, and you just confirmed.
Yeah, you're Norman Shad. Now with a pretty big raise. Makes it work. Tuan releases the sixes.
The sixes you might open with that short stack by going all in. Don't really want to call off with it. And the table has quieted down. Brian, as you see, is working the cell phone. That should not be. You should have your head on a swivel at all times. Don't be looking at your cell phone while you're playing.
RG in chat asks, "Hey Norm, are you headed to Paradise after this?" He actually is. Paradise is in his bed back at home.
Okay, since my wife is not at home right now, that gets me in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But yes, I'm in Paradise right here.
That's right.
At Palm Beach Kennel Club. But to answer your question more seriously, no, I am not headed to
Bahamas.
the Bahamas, Paradise
No.
for the World Series of Poker bracelet events right after this.
Nope.
Let me tell you something about Alan. I don't play with a player like Alan with that shaven head unless he puts a baseball cap on, because the glare off of his dome makes it so I can't always read the flop real good. He has to put on a baseball cap if he's at the table with me.
Interesting. Threes versus queen 10. Ooh, that's a spicy flop. Ooh, mamacita. Alan with top pair. Niall finds another set so soon.
Yeah, he does. Last time it was top set. Bottom set is just as good here, though, because he's got Alan all but dead. And I don't see how Alan can get away from this. Certainly not before the turn, top pair.
We'll see. King of spades on the turn. Alan's get some strong eye contact with Niall, trying to see if he can get a people read here. Did he have ace king? Did he have king queen?
Now picking up two flop sets just at the right time to climb towards the top of this leaderboard. Alan drawing dead. Good fold.
That's right. Gets away from it, lets it go. What's up, Sadie Castillo in chat? Shouting out Eric Cruz. Yeehaw. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. My name's Jesse Full, and I work for Bar Poker Open. I'm excited to be here in the booth with my good friend Norm and Chad.
Well, that's okay.
Right.
First of all, good.
Former work associate?
Yeah, acquaintance at best. I would not characterize us as friends.
Ouch.
Professional colleagues, if we can consider you professional.
Mama.
Let's move on.
Gee. God, it's like a punch to the stomach, and then just turns and starts talking about poker.
Well, I'm in a gnarly mood. We both of us got bluffed by a production person here who offered a hot dog and then took it away.
Held it like 3 inches away from Norman's mouth. He went for a bite, and the guy just walked away with it.
Yes,
like Norman.
It's a Lucy Charlie Brown situation with the football.
That was horrible. Alan with King Jack offsuit here in the small blind. All in announced.
He's got 30 bigs.
I think it's going to work out for him. Sean sitting here with 8-6 offsuit.
Yeah, that was standard. Just down to the blinds.
Yep.
Sean, nothing to play with.
Nope.
So Alan's fine. Neck and neck between Fabio and Niall right now for the chip lead. Niall chipping up nicely with those two flop sets. Sean now on the short stack.
That's right. What's up, Brian, on Facebook? Appreciate you hanging out. He says brutal. Yeah. Welcome. Appreciate you watching with us. Norman, have you visited this property before? Palm Beach Kennel Club?
No, this is the first time.
Oh, nice.
I've gone to Florida many times for other poker needs and reasons, but my first time to Palm Beach Kennel Club.
It's your first time in West Palm Beach, too?
No, I've been in Palm Beach before. My parents had retired and spent about 25 years, half the year in Deerfield Beach, which is just south of here. So I've spent a lot of time in Fort Lauderdale, Deerfield Beach, Boca Raton, some time in Palm Beach.
Very nice.
But it's nice down here, but it is the Atlantic Ocean. I live moments from the Pacific Ocean, Jesse, which is the #1 ranked ocean in the world. Atlantic Ocean is not even in the top 5 anymore.
Wait, that's not possible.
Okay, I know you think it's not possible, but let me tell you, Pacific is #1.
Okay.
Okay, the underrated Indian Ocean is #2.
Okay.
The Mediterranean Sea.
It's not an ocean.
It acts as an ocean. That's the thing.
All right, okay, the yelling.
That's #3.
Prepare to lower your volume, everyone.
The Arctic Ocean is #4.
Wow.
And
English Channel?
no, it's only oceans with the Mediterranean Sea. Anyway, Atlantic Ocean is just outside the top 5.
All right. All right. Action folds around to Alan, back to Sean. These guys can't throw the cards away fast enough. Fabio will. There we go, and it works. Raise to 130. The Queen 4. Boom, boom. I like it.
Fabio in computers. That's a large category, though. I don't know if he's a tech guy.
It's actually not that big. Remember, they used to be much bigger, and then they've made the computers much smaller these days.
I said it's a large category. Not that they're large.
I thought. Oh.
Yes, back in the day,
They
in
used to
the
fill
original
a
ones.
whole room.
Yeah, an IBM,
Yeah.
International Business Machine, used to take up a whole room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's in your watch.
My first computer. Now it's in your watch. There you go. Folds around to Allen. 9-4 offsuit. Lets it go. Ooh, Fabio with the ace king.
I'm sorry, your first computer was one of those Flintstone Vitamins models?
I don't know what I was going to say. It was one of those that cost like $1,200 in the 90s. It was one of those. Okay. PC clone bullshit. That's all. Pardon me. Baloney. That's all. I'll fill in baloney there. Ace shown.
Yeah, good fold though by Nile.
That's right.
Ace no kicker, or weak kicker. And it was dominated there, so a good spidey sense.
No kidding. Chat, if you are local, Norman has requested some different restaurant reviews or suggestions. So Facebook, YouTube, whatever else is out there where we can hear our beautiful voices.
Well, can we get restaurant reviews for something that's post, like late night?
Well, I mean, we can definitely ask for it.
Okay, why don't you ask for it? They might not be able to hear me.
If you have any suggestions, please let us know. Gus P. Hey, Norm, you're great. Hopefully they're paying you a lot of money to babysit Jesse.
You cannot pay me enough money to babysit Jesse. So,
uh-oh.
What do we have?
Everybody's good. It's all right, gentlemen. Uh-oh, someone just grabbed 3 cards. This
Okay.
I don't know what's happening here. Funny enough, Gus, Norman Chad will not babysit me, but he has babysat my daughters before. True story.
That is correct.
Oh, wait, I think Aldo just made a restaurant as a recommendation. NYPD 2.
NYPD 2. That's interesting. So what type of cuisine is that? What the heck?
I don't know what that's all about. What's up, Gus? Appreciate you watching with us. Gus is a longtime friend. He used to go run up events.
Okay.
To tell you he's good people.
And just for the record, to give him a shout out, Jesse's daughters, Lucy and Harper.
Oh.
Both lovely, both smart, both delightful to be around. Just another indication that this type of stuff skips a generation.
Oh. God. Just never expect the horrible things that just come out of your mouth. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Now with 9-3 in the small blind, he just expects another flop set, I guess. Don't think it's possible here, buddy. 6, King, 8, 2 hearts.
Well, this bet should take care of it,
Right.
unless Eddie gets creative, which is hard to do on only 15 bigs.
Oh, he
Wow.
says, I like being creative. He does flop an open-ended
Open-ender.
straight draw. Aldo says, pizza Italian. If this is the place next to our hotel, do not talk to us.
Yes. I would have preferred if Eddie shoved there on the flop,
Oh,
the semi-bluff shove.
That would have been great.
That would have ended the hand. Obviously, it's easy for me to say, seeing the cards, but I don't like the call there so much on such a short stack unless he's trying to pick it up here later, and he didn't even pick. Again, another opportunity to just
Look at
pick it
Niall's
up.
reaction. Niall's reaction was like, it goes check, check, and immediate confusion. Why are you?
Well, now Eddie has rivered the best hand with a pair of sevens, and that is going to take in the modest pot, but important for Eddie.
Niall's 9 high, shockingly ahead until the river. Boom. All right. Well, that's one restaurant reservation, or not reservation, recommendation.
What's that? That's not a recommendation. Pizza / Italian. What does that mean? You need the names of restaurants.
What's up, Josh? Appreciate you. This commentary team is fantastic, he says.
Okay, we're not a team. We work individually. I have set up a situation with the production team. I cannot even hear what Jesse says. We're on our own.
I mean, we are not sitting next to each other, which we were supposed to be. That part is true, but we can hear each other. That's one thing I required. I mean, if we're going to be in different rooms, which was also a really weird request from Norman. But whatever. All right. Niall with 8-9 offsuit on the button.
So he'll play some big stack poker here. Just try to bully.
Hey, by the way, Norman, while we're waiting for more action, Ryan on Facebook says, hey, fun playing with you at the final in your bounty tournament yesterday.
Yeah, I did get. I mean, Ryan and I were both in the tournament. I didn't get to play with him that much, but I did enjoy playing with him. The bounty tourney was a delight with 85 players, and I did what I usually do. Final table. What can I tell you? The final table. A lot of these things.
We'll talk more about Norman's bounty after this hand, because it is actually a history-making event.
Yeah, it was.
Poker News is writing an article about it actually right now, just so you know. Jack 3-4, 2 club flop. Brian's 10-8 versus Niall's 9-8. Brian first act checked it over to Niall.
And again, Niall with the larger stack and in position. This bet should take care of it. I'm wrong for now what appears to be the 37th time this day alone. Because here comes Brian.
Well, we say that he's... Am I doing the face announced?
Wonder what the face is.
I want to know what the face is.
Well, they have some history where he's done the face, and he does smartly get away from it.
Now talks his way into a pot here. Boom.
Now the Wunderkind, by the way, 12 years old when he first played poker in a bar. I'm not just talking about a home game for pennies and nickels and Skittles. He was in a bar till they threw him out, playing against adults.
Good times.
Shades of Stewie Younger, who was, playing gin rummy against people in their adult ages when he was just a kid.
We got some restaurant recommendations pouring in now. Ryan Meeks says Hallie's Diner in West Palm.
Write it down.
Anchor Inn Tiki. Write it down?
Just in case, yeah. You're going to think you're going to remember Hallie's Diner later?
You have a pen? Jeez.
What are you pouring in? We have one.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that pouring in? That's one.
Just give me a minute and I'll read you more. Tuan with King Jack offsuit here. He's going to open to 160,000. Eddie's going to make some moves here. Hello, ladies. Queens for Eddie.
An easy pile for Eddie, sitting on a sub 20 big blind stack.
And Tuan throws it away just as fast. Boom. All right, so let's talk about the history that was made last night. Norman Shad makes his very first Hendon Mob no-limit cash on record. Norman Shad has played many tournaments throughout his 21-plus poker industry career, but he played in a no-limit hold'em tournament last night. First no-limit hold'em tournament, he tells me, shockingly, that, yes, charity events, but those don't count. But he made the final table, first no-limit hold'em cash at Palm Beach Kennel Club. That's some future trivia answer.
And it makes me very fond of this place immediately. I do not play No Limit Hold'em. If I did play it, I would be terrible. I have never played No Limit Hold'em cash. I have never played it in a tournament. So that was my first No Limit Hold'em tournament, and I made the final table, and I think I want to retire on that because it was just good luck to get there, and I can't improve on that. So I'd like to be 1 for 1 and move on to my other games.
Boom. Actually, full run, we misses now. Throw away pocket fours.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, in kind of late position too. So, a little information about this this bartender here. All right. Actually, full turn to Brian on the button. $260,000 announced. Gets through Alan and Sean too. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, the chat loves it, Norman. Chat loves to hear that this is your first No Limit Hold'em cash here at this property. PBKC is honored, says Josh. Nice.
Well, I was honored to be here. I travel the country a lot. I'm in a lot of card rooms. The bar poker open atmosphere, and it reminded me when I went to Run Good for the first time, where I met you.
Run it up.
Run it up. Run it up.
Run
Everybody, Run Good. I'm sorry.
That's a competitor, actually.
That's okay.
Run Up has closed its doors, so it's okay. Run Good still. So.
Correct. And Run Good probably does that too. I haven't been to Run Good. But yeah, Run It Up was such a pleasure. Everyone was in a good mood. Here at Bar Poker Open, again, everybody is just in a really good mood. They want to play good poker. They want to be social.
The gentleman that you don't like his head has pocket aces.
No, I just want to wear a baseball cap, Alan. I have nothing against your head.
But check this out. Brian in the cutoff with King 6 suited. Brian, whatever. No, That was a very quick call.
But not a raise. Just a flat call from the pocket aces here pre-flop with the blinds behind him. Guess he's looking for a little more action.
Fabio's asking for numbers. He's got 3.5 million. Is he trying to squeeze? Ooh, no, he's not. Good, good, good. All right. Brian opened it to 200,000, and Alan called before Brian was done, saying 200,000.
And this is good news for Alan, bad news for Brian.
956 Rainbow. Brian makes a pair.
Makes a pair, but very far behind the pocket aces. Now that was, it's interesting. It was an immediate check from the pre-flop raiser. Brian puts in about a 1/3 pot call, and Alan does, and now
oh mama,
putting the pressure, the ultimate pressure, on Brian.
10 of spades here on the turn.
The third pair is not very good in that situation.
No, it's not. And Alan elects not to show. Boom, boom, boom.
Brian asked Alan if he had jacks. He had the right idea that Alan had an overpair to the board.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Aldo in chat says, try the old Key Lime House, oldest waterfront restaurant in Florida. Norman has told me many times he doesn't really like the oldest restaurants. He likes more like the brand newest.
Okay, I have never told you that.
The brand newest.
Write it down just in case, please.
Old
Thank you, Aldo. Old Key Lime. We have Hollies, who got another vote. Unless was Josh the first person who told us about Hollies?
No,
somebody...
Josh said, yeah, make sure that we go check that place
out.
out.
So that's but was Josh the one who said Hollies in the first place? Because now Josh is saying it's well worth a visit.
You know, I
can't. We don't know.
It's impossible to know at this point.
We started with 428 players. We are down to the final table and down to the final 7. And this time the pocket 4 is Sean, the shortest stack, I think, here.
Yep. He says it's time to push him in. Oh, baby. Ace 9 versus 4s.
Almost equivalent stacks. Sean has, I think Sean has, Tuan has Sean covered, but not by much. Almost identical.
Right. 7-7-10 rainbow.
Doesn't want to be counterfeited.
Aye. 9, 10, or an ace. Will not get there. King of spades locks it up for Sean. And it seems like Tuan might only have a single red chip to his name after this.
You got that right.
Aye. Chip in the chair.
It's not even a chip.
Chip in the chair. That's right. It's barely a chip.
You know, with the blinds at 30 at 60, he's got the lowest chip you could have left, 5K. Sean. You see Sean there at the wedding ring? He's actually not married. He just wears the wedding ring to ward off all the women trying to take advantage of him.
Aye. Norman, do you know who came up with the chip in the chair saying?
With the saying? Oh, yeah. I know who thinks he came up with it.
No, not that one.
Oh.
The real one.
The real one?
Yeah.
Well, the real legend was
main
Jack
event,
Strauss.
That's right. What year did he win the main event? 1982.
Two-ish, yeah. And he only had that chip because he pushed all his chips in, did not say all in, and then when he was getting up, they noticed there was one chip that was left behind that he had not noticed, and he turned that one chip into the World Championship.
And there's a little asterisk at the end. I got to interview Jack Binion this past year, and he told me that it was all a ruse, that Jack Strauss is a scammer. Our original first person who had made poker drama on Twitter. He did it purposefully. He knew it was hiding there.
So that makes, as you know, these days, is a better strategy.
Shit, we need to pause our conversation. We'll come back to this in a moment. Fabio with the ladies, as they call them, queens.
And Fabio under 6 bigs. Tuan in for that final 5K chip.
Oh, yeah. Just a 2 and a 3. That's all I need.
He needs help.
Jordan, 23.
That does not look like help.
Runner odds. Oh,
there we go.
5 one time. No, so close-ish. GG Tuan. Tuan is going to finish in 7th place. And 7th place pays $3,542. GG Tuan fan. 6 players remain in the hunt for that $22,599 prize. First place prize, boom.
So Jack Binion is telling us that Jack Strauss was doing that intentionally.
That's right. He told me another amazing Jack Strauss story that I'd never heard before that was along the same lines of like Jack just completely, hiding or misdirecting people. And I was like, so what about the chip in the chair? He's like, oh, yeah, that was bullshit. Like, oh, my goodness. I love to hear it, though. By the way, Josh, who recommended that restaurant earlier, he did also say he's been in nearly every restaurant in Palm Beach County.
Okay. That's almost as absurd as you deciding we saw the worst river ever about 30 or 45 minutes ago. Josh has not been to nearly every restaurant in Palm Beach County. He's just hurt his credibility a little by claiming that.
Huh? I mean, I don't know. Norman, let's say a little line here. How many restaurants do you think there are? Eddie with pocket 7s takes it down. How many restaurants do you think are in Palm Beach County?
It's a pretty big county.
Josh, if you'll do me a favor, can you Google how many restaurants, or ask AI how many restaurants are in Palm Beach County? Let's see how close Norman can guess.
Well, I have no. I mean, I don't.
You can't do any research.
2,350 restaurants. I don't know where I got that number.
If you're within, like, let's say 20%. 20%. If you're within 20%, I will gift you a prize.
It's weak on several
Bar
levels.
poker open hat.
Like,
All right. Anyways, we'll talk about it later. Alan, let's go king queen. Whoa.
Alan's the one who needs the bar poker open hat.
Stop it. Sean right here in seat 1. Jams with the ace-8 suited. Eddie, let's go. Brian with queen-jack of diamonds. Nearly the same stack as Sean.
Once again, it seems like it's a 5K difference, and
Yeah.
again, Brian might have pushed with that, but he's not going to call with that. It's a pretty looking hand, Queen Jack diamonds.
Josh says he's been here 25 years too, by the way. Oh, there we go. Hey, everybody, you're watching the Day 2 final table here of the Bar Poker Open Event 1 at Palm Beach Kennel Club in beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. My name is Jesse Fulham. With me is Norman Shad. We're excited to be here, broadcasting, bringing the action to you. This is our first time here at this property. We're fans. I've been watching streams here for years, and I think it's a lot of fun. So I've also heard a lot of good things from friends in the industry, poker news guys who've come out here before. My friend Matt Hansen, our mutual friend, he just raved about this property. So really, really fun to be here.
He's our mutual acquaintance. He's your friend, my acquaintance.
Aye, aye, aye.
It's tough to get to the friend level.
Fabio with ace-jack offsuit. Makes it 160. Action folds on to Allen with king-queen off. Big blind, he is going to defend.
Two pretty good hands and a six-handed table. And both miss.
9-7-6, 2 clubs.
No more missing.
Oh.
Fabio was ahead, and now he's further ahead.
That's right. Allen does have a club, the queen of clubs in his hand. Only needing one more to make that beautiful flush.
Well, he's also picked up a gut shot.
Oh, yeah.
And Allen here with the aggression. Oh, you want aggression?
Ho ho, mama. Fabio says, how about we make it more? Fabio is the chip leader here at the table, of course. Allen doesn't have a bad stack, sitting with around 2 million.
Well, he's getting the right pot odds to call here. Of course, and the problem is that he is short, relatively short stacked. He decides not to go with it.
Well, I would love to see that river.
Yeah.
Wait, can we call to the dealer? Can we just see the river card, please, one time? Just like flash the camera? No?
No.
That's a shame. I mean, I know it's a club. Personally. I don't really want to say how I know, but yeah.
Pretty decent VPIP numbers. Nobody inactive of this final 6. I guess is this the VPIP from, I guess, the final table? I guess so. They wouldn't know it before that.
Right, probably so.
And Fabio has had the chip lead here for a good while. Niall was right on his heels, is now back a bit.
Brian's our shortest stack with 13 bigs at 1 million. Sadie Castillo in chat says, I love Eric Cruz. Well, we just met Eric, and he seems like a nice guy. He's a plumber.
Is it Eric or Eddie?
He told me his name was Eddie.
Okay.
You know, I feel like a lot of them are lying to me. So it might be Eric. I mean, the production team says Eddie too. So
Oh, okay. Well,
maybe Eric is like his sibling or brother or something.
we like Mr. Cruz.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. Now with a Jack 10, open the extra 165, and it works for him. My goodness.
So now you've told me that the Jack Strauss chip in a chair might be a load of hooey.
That's right.
I wonder about the other famous Jack Strauss tale.
Ooh.
which he's also legendary for. He famously, supposedly, was quoted as saying that he wanted to die at the poker table, and when it occurred, he wanted it to be behind at that moment because you can't take it with you, which is pretty funny.
That's good.
And then, as it turns out, Jack Strauss did have a heart attack while playing poker and died that evening. So it's like he called a shot. If indeed he once said he wanted to pass at a poker table and be losing, and he was losing the night that he passed away. Now I'm questioning that story.
I mean, you'll be questioning it for a while. Eddie makes it 180 from the hijack position with ace-5 offsuit. Brian here staring at the monitor, trying to figure out with the clock and the blinds and everything. He's got 1 million left. Ace-king offsuit. Looking at pay jumps probably, looking at things, trying to figure out, do I go now? Do I wait?
Most would go now.
I mean, next thing I do is I check my phone, see if restaurants are still open, maybe.
Now, let me tell you that Phil Hellmuth, who will small ball all the way down to the end, would not necessarily push right here. And Eddie puts in most of it?
Yeah, almost all in.
I'm sorry, Brian puts in most of it?
This is interesting. Brian asked the dealer not to count it. I think he didn't. I think he just wanted to let me have a mystery how many chips.
Well, once they put in the bet, it must be counted.
Right, production has to know too. So, all right, but it's an aggressive stance. Don't let them know how much it is. It feels very, very like powerful and strong. So, ace king works out for the man. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, Tony in chat? Appreciate you hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. We are live from Palm Beach Kennel Club. If you're in the area looking for a poker solution, come on out. We got some great tournaments running here every day. Also, a very lively cash room downstairs. I mean, I've been here for 3 days, Norman, and every time I walk through the poker room downstairs, even in the morning, there's action going, which I love to see. Because I've walked through some slow rooms and waited, for a while to get things going. It's nice to come in at 9 a.m. and see cards in the air. I mean, so it's a very strong, popular, and God, I mean, sometimes it's hard to walk through there too.
Well, let me tell you how ridiculous it is on both counts. I came in through that poker room during the morning, this morning or yesterday morning.
Yeah.
It had more tables going at that hour than when I go to my Hollywood Park casino in Los Angeles, which is Los Angeles, the second biggest city in the country.
Sure.
Hollywood Park, the third biggest casino in Los Angeles, or fourth biggest casino in Los Angeles. And it has very few tables going at that hour. Palm Beach Kennel Club had more tables going.
I mean, they got some poker fans out here. Fabio with ace-queen offsuit takes it down. You said ace-king was your minimum. Uh-oh. Niall picking up a little read there, maybe.
I don't know what he's reading right now over on the right side of his seat. Maybe he's watching a football game on the phone.
Hard to know. Hard to know. 6 players remain in event 1 of our Bar Poker Open series here at Palm Beach Kennel Club. This is a 100K guarantee, event number 1, our open event. $22,000 up top. And just 6 players remain. Fabio's going to fold from the button. Now just the blinds left. Niall with queen 3 and Eddie with ace deuce. And Niall grabbing some raisin chips.
Eddie, pretty good hand in the big blind. By the way, Eddie, as we mentioned, is a plumber. Jesse, if I had one more marriage left in me, and I don't, I would marry a plumber. They make a good living.
That is a nice benefit to a marriage. A partner who brings in a good steady income. All right, well, Eddie, good defend of that big blind, man. Deuce, deuce, tray.
And even better news for him, Nile gets a piece of that flop.
That's right.
So he can continue here with the 2 pair, trays and deuces.
Boom. Now does what he's been doing quite a bit of. He does continue here. Probably expecting a quick fold from Eddie.
Eddie will not announce himself yet. He's just with the call.
A very steady-handed call.
Boy, she put that 7 on the turnout before she brought in the chips. That's fast.
I like dealers who know what's going on.
Oh, and he thought it would work?
Oh, Nile.
Yeah.
Nile looking for a 3.
To knock out Eddie. Instead.
Eddie gets stronger, though. River's the boat.
And that will change the dynamic of this final table right now. Nile has been in second place for quite a while. He gets bumped down here. And I believe Eddie now might be on Fabio's heels looking for the chip lead.
We got Steffi Mo in chat who tells us, I really like this recommendation. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. You can never go wrong with Flanagan's. Just those words in that order.
Okay, I like that. I've never been in a Flanagan's is a chain.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
But I don't know if Flanagan's is open late. We asked for late night recommendations, Stephanie.
But you can never go wrong. That's a lot of confidence there. Then next follows it up, Steffi Mo, with Ye Old Faithful.
Ye Old Faithful? That's nice.
Slam dunk in my books.
Okay.
Slam dunk. All right. And then next question from Aldo over on YouTube says, did Norm bring in donuts? You know, Aldo, typically Norman will bring a beautiful box of donuts from Randy's in L.A. to locations, but mostly just on the West Coast to keep them fresh. He took a 5-hour flight direct on JetBlue, one of the worst flights of his life, he tells me. I'm out here. Nothing to do with the location of Florida, just the people around him.
Yeah, I have traveled with the donuts back to Maryland from.
Oh, nice.
But generally I just give them to people in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Northern California. No donuts.
No donuts for Florida today.
No.
Sadly. Steffi says, go to Flanagan's. I got you. I'm a big foodie and fellow commentator. We always eat good. Lol. By the way, Norman, LOL stands for LOL, laughing out loud.
And what does foodie stand for?
I have no idea. Queen 8 offsuit versus Jack 8. Queen on the turn. Eddie was already ahead. And nice little pair there. Brian with a gut shot.
Yes.
Eddie quick with the lead. Right
I'm surprised with the lead. I guess he's hoping to be called by a smaller pair. I thought this was supposed to be check.
I mean. Eddie's got locked up, which is great. Sadie in chat rooting for Eddie says, oh, baby. But will Brian maybe try a bluff here at the river? No. Eddie's going to take it down.
So Steffi answers the foodie question in chat by saying it's a food connoisseur. So I will say this, and I don't like the term foodie, but since I don't know how to spell connoisseur, I'm impressed. I'm assuming she's spelling it correctly. I would say I'm a foodie instead of a food connoisseur.
But you didn't know what foodie was.
I know what foodie was.
Yeah, no, of course you did. Steffi, so just so you know, if Norman says anything, it's pretty much a lie.
It's the opposite of what I say?
That's the way Norman works typically in moments like this. So he says, I don't know what that means. He usually does. But appreciate you for being so kind and believing, trusting his words. But we've taught you a lesson. Don't trust anything Norman says.
Well, now I do not want to speak for a long period of time. So you've done everybody a favor.
You'll be fine. Now with ace-3 here in the cutoff. What's great about this is now he had a big hit to his chip stack, but he is still playing the same game, which I really like. Aggressive. Eddie's going to let go of the king-queen off, which is great. Brian right behind him with the ace-jack offsuit. Only a 1 million behind. This might be the time to make some moves. Sitting with just under 20 begs. And it works. Now it's watching his chips go away.
There's a little frustrated by that spot.
Oh, man.
You saw the look in his eye.
Rolling his eyes. I mean, he needs a poker face of some sort because he was showing those emotions.
But you can have post-hand poker face. It shouldn't hurt you.
Steffi Mo says, you guys are great. Steffi, you're great. You're great. You're fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for the restaurant recommendation. Norman had a fantastic dinner already tonight from a place you may have heard of called Burger King. Don't know why King is in the name, but he had a. Did you have what you called it, a flame broiled Whopper?
I don't know. It was a Whopper. It was my first trip to Burger King in about 35 years. Used to go to there when I had to work at night, and it was the only restaurant open near us at night in downtown D.C.
Sean with the Kings. You can't get any action. It folds around the Sean. Oh, sorry.
That's a shame.
Speaking of Kings, speaking of Burger King, Kings for Sean.
I know, but it's too bad when you can't get any action on that.
Yeah, I mean.
That's part of the luck thing. It doesn't mean much when you get a big hand if you can't get anybody to come along and take chips from. Hand is wasted.
That's right.
Yeah, Jesse, we see the Burger King, downtown Washington, D.C., at about 9 or 9:30 at night. We have a 1-hour lunch dinner break. And if you were second in line at this Burger King, which was about 2 blocks from our office, you probably wouldn't get back in time for the end of your dinner break. That's how slow they were.
Wow.
That's the last time I had Burger King before today.
I'll tell you a Burger King story from my childhood in a few minutes here. Brian with King Jack offsuit in the cutoff. Sitting with 1.4 million. And a raise before him from Nile to 200K. Is thinking. And then saying nope. Alan with a 3 deuce suited says nah. Sean Jack 10 offsuit. Lets it go. And it looks like Niall's going to make this work unless we have a defend from a suited 6 deuce, but no. It's a natural 8. All right. Okay, so when I was a kid, I went to Burger King all the time. My goodness, man. My mom, I'm an only child. My mom was a single mom working. And she'd give me like $5 or $10 a week during the summer. And I'd ride my bike and get a 99-cent Whopper almost every day, just to make that money stretch. So I definitely
99-cent Whopper at the time. You just get a Whopper per day, and they'll take care of you for most of the week. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was a frequenter at my local Burger King out in Houston. But yeah, not these days. No. Got an interesting question from Aldo and Cheba. We'll wait until after this. Brian makes it 225 with ace jack offsuit. Alan, let's go to 6-4. Sean with a king 3 suited is already released. Fabio has pocket 7s here.
Pocket 7s and not quite 7 bigs left. This is not a clear shove. It's not a clear fold. You like to push with a hand like this. It's harder to call, but I think it's just high enough to go with.
I think he may have misread his stack. He's the chip leader, 4.1 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way off.
That's
I
right.
did misread his
think
stack.
he's- I
Of
think
course,
he's up.
Fabio's. He's been the chip leader for a while.
Yeah, I think you thought it was a K, but it's an M. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, Fabio definitely thinking about what to do here. Ooh, mama.
I can't wait to see it.
Pair of what? 7. Yeah. Big tank.
It was
You know,
Niall!
Niall is a little salty there. That
Oh.
that tank lasted all of 30 to 45 seconds.
I mean, my mamacita, dude. Niall says, listen, make your decision immediately. This is online poker. Ay, ay, ay.
Boy.
All right. I think now I just want to get rid of his Dole Brunson as soon as possible.
You're correct.
Not even a minute.
It was more than. No, I'm not complaining. I was just saying. I was like, this is a weird hand.
Fabio with pocket fives here.
I thought 3 grand was coming.
I thought minimum call.
Yeah, call.
These guys are fun.
Then he started looking at you a little bit.
Once you looked at him, I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna win this hand.
Fabio makes it 225.
Felt like I was gonna win it.
Folds around to Eddie, the plumber, with King Jack offsuit.
So you see Niall definitely, as we just saw a different angle of him, he's watching. You know, poker players get me. They're playing for a reasonable amount of money here. He's at a final table, but he probably has some other money going on a basketball or football game right now, so he wants to watch his action. I'm guessing.
I'm gonna guess he's watching the broadcast because he was really excited that you're here. I'm not even joking. 349 offsuit, rainbow. Eddie's gonna check it over to Fabio.
We don't have an animal. We just say the name. So Liverpool is an English word. That's my favorite team.
Fabio pushes out 200K. Eddie with 2 overs here. Says, I'm good. No need. Boom, boom. Okay, in chat, Aldo asked, hey, where was that Burger King that you went to in D.C. 34 years ago?
You know, that Burger King
Yeah.
was about maybe 3 blocks from the White House. It was on approximately like 17th and K Streets.
Whoa.
I doubt it's still there. And yeah, I was working at the Washington Post, which is at 15th and K, very close to the White House. The Burger King was a couple of blocks away, 15th and L, and Burger King was on K Street, so it was a very short walk. But if you were second in line, you weren't making it back in time.
I'm patient with the guy. I still think he's very talented. He's very fast.
Dude, one of the commentators said
It's got to be
if he
200.
could finish,
Yeah.
he'd be the best player.
Bro, Uruguay, Colombia was very sad to watch. I was very sad. He missed so many opportunities. It was unbelievable.
That's what he does.
I know.
Fabio with Jack 10 offsuit here.
The one guy that I love in Liverpool is Oscar. I should play over him every day.
Brian with 6-5. Lets it go. Sam in chat says, hey, I'm in D.C. There's no Burger King in downtown now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That part of downtown has been greatly transformed, and yes, there'd be no burger. I didn't think there's a Burger King on K Street there anymore.
Spends $500 million. It's brand new.
Liverpool right now is unreal.
I think, bro, honestly, I'm scared of Chelsea. Like Liverpool and Chelsea, we wouldn't too.
It was a great game today, right?
Fucking,
4-3.
yeah, Cole Palmer, fucking unreal, man.
6 players remain here in event 1 of our Bar Poker Open series at Palm Beach Kennel Club. $22,000 for first place. My name is Jesse Fulham. With me is Norman Shad. Thanks for watching with us. Eddie here. Ace Queen off.
I haven't seen an Ace Queen for a while. It failed in its first 3 tries at this final table that we saw. The 4th time it picked up the pot. That's a bad record.
Ooh, baby, this is a big open. 5,100. Makes it 400 with Ace Queen. Allen with pocket 9s and 1.5 million. Said I'm all in.
It's most of the remaining of Eddie's stack. And this is where ace queen. With ace queen, you're hoping you're in at best, you're in a race situation here with a pocket pair. But so many times you're crushed.
Oh, man. Eddie's thinking.
If he calls here and he loses the pot, he's down to about 10 bigs.
Yeah.
If he just releases here, he's still got more than 30 bigs. I think he'd gamble if he knew he's up against a small pocket pair and he's in a race situation, even though he's behind. I think he'd gamble.
Hand on his cards.
Looks like he wants to now push them
I know.
into the muck.
But he hasn't done it yet.
Look, left hand battling with the right hand.
Oh, man. I love it. I mean, there's so much. Oh, he
He
makes the call. He's got the bad news. Nines. He is behind at the moment. Ace, queen against nines.
Well, again, I don't think there was very few suggestions he was going to be ahead there. Now he's ahead.
But he finds it right there on the flop. Looking to dodge one of the last two nines here. And he does.
So Allen is out.
That's right. Allen out in sixth place. Sixth place pays $4,221 going Allen's way. Right there, as you can see, $4,221 for Allen out is going to be $5,104, $22,599 up top. Norman, if you just finished in sixth place and got $4,221, what's the first thing you'd spend it on?
Flanagan's. Ye old.
How hungry are you, buddy?
Ye old something.
How hungry are you? My goodness. Ye old faithful, that's what it was.
Ye old faithful.
Love it.
Flanagan's sounds like Bennigan's or Hooligans or all these other Igans,
Yep, that's right.
these chains, restaurant chains that I never go to.
Yep.
Well, we got two out of 5 players. 2 want to go to the bathroom. Can we pause the clock, please?
No, we can go, but they can't.
The players are discussing a unscheduled break due to the requirement of bathroom needs.
Well, the blinds have gone up. They would like to take care of those bathroom needs.
We will keep you updated on whether or not the clock is stopped for bathroom purposes.
You know, Jesse, I was doing some research on Amazon the other day.
Yeah.
And found out the way that those drivers can deliver 250 packages a day is they pee in a bottle a lot. They are so behind on their schedules. The demand for delivery is so great that they often have to pee in a bottle in the back of the van. That's a tough job.
Eddie the plumber, who also has a tough job, he makes it a nice raise to pocket sixes and takes it down. But you're right, that is a very tough job. It reminds me of that one time Antonio Sfandiari was out in the Bahamas and did not have to be at work and also used bottles for the same purpose and was told, please stop playing poker and go wash your hands.
He was doing that because he had a prop bet that he was only allowed. Oh, I think the word was lurch. He was only allowed to lurch. He couldn't walk.
Yeah, it was super weird.
So he kept the bottle there so he didn't have to obviously leave the table, and he got disqualified, as he should have been. I love Antonio, but that was really stupid.
Steffi Mo does tell us Flanagan's is open until 1 right by us. Eddie, ace queen. Oh, man. Niall with the ace 3 suited makes the first open to 205,000. He says, do you like tango or salsa? Eddie's jams for 4.3 million. Fabio.
Ryan, this guy messed up. We literally told him to tank, and he snap mucks. But anyway, you didn't miss anything.
Did I miss a hand?
Well, you missed one, but you would need to have like aces. You know, like.
Probably a good thing.
They're super wet. But that's because I like yanked it and. Yeah.
In case you wonder,
So people think
hey, I want to hear more table talk. This is what you're missing, y'all.
really did wash my hands.
I love it when a guy has to say, "I really did wash my hands." Like, what? How do you respond?
I tell players all the time when I see them
Like,
pee,
I don't believe you, sir.
in the cash game.
I call your bluff. Let me smell. I don't know what to do here.
I mean, it's,
I tipped to do as well. Going.
Steffi, I will see if Norman and I can make it that direction. Southern Dixie seems like it's not too far, so that sounds great.
Oh, she's giving a location of it. So
Directions
again,
and
yeah, I
everything.
hope you're writing down the possibilities,
I
because
absolutely
you're
am.
not going to remember them.
I mean, you don't see a pen in my hand, but I'm writing down in my brain.
Oh, so you didn't write down. We had Howley's. We have Flanagan's. Was that it so far?
I'm pretty sure YouTube chat's forever, so I think I can go back and find it out.
I'm going to go back and check chat. All you have to do is write them down.
all right.
I'll write them down. Howley's and Flanagan's.
And so I think someone said Burger King.
Burger King.
Because we can like say no breaks. You know what I mean?
5 players remain here in event 1, and 5th place payout is going to be 5,104. 4th place, 6623. Then we hit those 5-digit values: 10,174 for 3rd, 15,823 for 2nd, and 22,599 for 1st.
I waited for you.
Yeah, reasonable and significant pay jumps as we get to the final spots.
Players are still talking about how they should have tanked while one was in the bathroom on the tank.
Yeah, they could have done some type of organized labor protests where they just all went and just left the table to support each other.
Tango or salsa? Which dance we doing?
What's with the tango and salsa?
Dances.
Oh, the dances.
Yeah, at first I thought he was talking about like Mexican food or something. King 9 Jack, 2 spades. Eddie flops middle pair.
Wager a friendly 100,000.
100,000. Call 100.
Eddie is a fan of Niall's friendly bets here, it seems.
Friendly bet, friendly call. Niall with squadouche slows down. That will be that.
We have our first squadouche for you, those of you who have a squadouche counter. Please go ahead and mark your first squadouche. If you're playing Norman Chad Bingo tonight, we've heard about DC, we've heard squadouche. He's talked about his ex-wife. We are waiting for an inconceivable. None yet.
I don't recall talking about my ex-wife.
I just got him, though, guys. You're welcome.
Oh, I see. Ha! Oh, that was pretty nifty.
You should have put professional chopper.
Who, me? I am. You know I'm
I
always
know
about it.
you like late stage. You do really well at like organizing.
What?
Getting people to chop. It's great.
Sean with ace-queen offsuit puts all of his chips forward. Fabio lets it go with the queen 3, of course. Niall is thinking about it. Ooh.
Oh, Niall, why are you tanking? Dude, you got pocket tens. You got 15 bigs.
Oh,
There we go,
Norman.
sir.
Oh, Norman.
Wasting our time, this kid.
Oh, God.
You know, we're not 12 years old anymore, Niall.
Ay, ay, ay.
I don't know who I want in this game.
Well, if you really like money like you say you do, it should be pretty easy.
All right. Sean is behind at the moment. Ace-queen against pocket tens Niall. Let's see how the flop holds for us.
Where's that third card?
There we go. There we go.
It's
It
a
was- it
mystery
was
card.
hot. I like it. I actually like it when it slows down. All right. Uh-oh. Ace on the river. Oh, baby. Barry Greenstein, ace on the river.
Well, since Niall flopped 2 sets in a row earlier at this final table, nothing has gone right for him, and he is now our short stack.
Did Did you see that Sean had left? He actually said GG and walked
He
away.
did, which is pretty good.
He has his phone out. He was texting him out, and then now he sucked. You pulled me back in.
That's the best reverse jinx.
Aye, aye, aye.
In the last 2 months. I think I could fuck about
So definitely change of the power guard here at this final table. Eddie surpassing Fabio recently as becoming the chip leader. Fabio's still in great shape. Niall, who was knocking on the door of the chip lead, now the short stack. 7 blinds.
Hey, 7.6.
I don't deal in decimals.
Well, there you go. Norman, you've been here in Palm Beach, in West Palm Beach, at Palm Beach Kennel Club for a few days now.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any highlights?
Well, here's the thing. And this reminds me of when people used to take like a European trip for 15 days, and they'd go to 4 countries and 8 cities. And they'd come back and tell me, what Paris was like, what Munich was like. I go, you're in town for 48 hours. How do you become an expert? Similarly here, most of my time has been between a hotel and the casino. So what can I tell you about Palm Beach? Not much. I have enjoyed walking to and from the hotel to the casino. 15 or 20 minute walk each way. That's been enjoyable. That's along a highway, essentially a highway. So yeah, I can't give you any highlights. Other than we had a good Thai meal.
Oh, that was a very good Thai meal. That's right.
The other night.
Yep. 8-3 ace, 2 diamond flop. Queen of diamonds on the turn here. Both players, Brian and Sean, have a diamond, but Brian's 10 of diamonds. The T of D is ahead.
T of D.
T of D.
Haven't heard that before.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
I just brought it up for the first time, I think.
And the last time.
Okay. Sean lets it go. Brian takes it down.
We're back again tomorrow night, are we not?
We are. Actually, tomorrow day.
Tomorrow day for the Bar Poker Open Florida Championship.
World Championship main event, day 2. We'll be doing feature table coverage and final table coverage. You and me will be here all day tomorrow. So we appreciate y'all watching tonight. This is a great big tournament. Tomorrow we'll be watching a lot of bar poker players. You see, these guys aren't. Yes, Niall has a bar poker history. He's our last one. We had a lot of bar poker players in this event, but sadly, the cards stopped being nice to him just before the FT. You got a lot of regulars here, a lot of great players with some big tournament scores. You're going to see a lot of local bar poker heroes tomorrow.
Niall seems pained right here with his suited king. 7 bigs under the gun.
Oh, he knows.
I'm again. This is a longer tank than his pocket tens tank. And the king, no kicker.
Oh, suited.
Decides to go.
Suited king. I wouldn't say king, no kicker.
It is a suited king.
Yeah.
It's better than Brian's king with a weak kicker.
Brian lets it go. Sean the small 4-6 offsuit. Ooh, Fabio makes the call. Or no, did he fold?
No, he called it.
He did. There we go. All right. Fabio's queen 10 against the king 7 Niall.
Very similar hands or very similar equity.
Jack, jack, deuce, rainbow. Oh.
That
Mama.
will take Niall out.
Niall out in 5th place. Niall. Again, now he is he won this same event just a few months ago here on property. Played his first game of bar poker on his birthday when he was 12 years old. But we'll finish here today in 5th place for $5,104.
And the deck really turned against him. He
Oh,
went
yeah.
from penthouse to outhouse in a hurry.
I won't tell you exactly why, but it was right after he mentioned someone's tank. Then
That
he
is
tanked.
true.
Then he tanked.
And then he tanked. So there can be a karma tank thing going on.
Aye, aye, aye. 4 players remain. The players are discussing a potential deal here. And we'll mention Sean is on his feet.
He said even chopping the trophy. We all chop the prize pool. Whatever's left. Deal? Even chop and the trophy.
There
So
is around 54,000.
54,000. And they're talking about an even chop of the money, not even playing for any of it. So they all would take 13,500.
Josh in chat says, respect to the O'Shea's poker crew. No joke, man. I've heard a lot of good things about that. And, yeah, Niall has a great, rich history for that poker stuff. I love it, man. I love bar poker. Personally, I came from bar poker history, too. Norman, I know you got into the poker commentary back in 03. Did you ever play any sort of bar poker back before that, before the Moneymaker era?
No, other than playing in the back of a bar that was closed
Yeah.
at late at night. Nothing like bar poker. Just somebody we knew the owners of a bar
Yeah?
a couple of miles from work, and we'd go play there at 2 o'clock in the morning for 3 or 4 hours.
What years was that?
That is again in the late 1980s,
That's pretty sick. What city?
Washington D.C.
Oh, baby. Okay.
So yeah, lived all my life, half my life in Washington D.C., half my life in Los Angeles.
Gotcha. Do you think that bar that you played in is still around?
You know, it was on the east side of Connecticut Avenue, and I gotta remember the name of it, and it was certainly still around about. I'm not sure. It was around about 15 or 20 years ago. I don't know if it was. I can't even remember the name of it right now.
All right. Well, there you go. The Snap God on YouTube says, GG now. Always going deep in these. Yeah, it seems like it, man. I mean, he won this exact same event just a few months ago here on property. Makes a nice deep run here. Aldo in chat says, was that bar on I Street?
No. It was up near Cleveland Park. So it was not downtown. It was going towards uptown in Cleveland Park, I believe, east side of Connecticut Avenue. It was
L
there.
Street, not I Street, L Street. Okay.
Yeah, that's L Street's downtown. That's where that's where I worked.
Norman, do you have any plans to go see the movie Wicked?
What about Wicked?
Are you going to try to go see Wicked, the new musical? That's a
No, I'm not going to go to try to see Wicked.
All right. I tried to change the subject, but that went nowhere.
Well, they've decided on the four-way chop, correct? It's no ICM chop. It's a four-way. You think it's a four-way even chop here?
Okay, I'll give it to you. I'm the chip leader, but I just
Oh.
want you to know that I'm the chip leader, okay? That's fine.
No, wait. I want the trophy now.
See what plumbers do to you? They cite you a price. By the end of the work, the price is much higher. Eddie had agreed to this four-way chop and giving the trophy to who?
To, I believe, our seat 2 over here.
To Fabio?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that's agreed on, they go, whoa, wait. That's why you want to marry a plumber.
I mean,
Fabio, 16,295. Eddie, 16,754. Brian, 10,913.
I'm not even giving first place money.
11,257.
Okay.
16,295. 16,754. 10,913.
Two getting 16,000, two getting about 11,000.
16,295, 16,754. 11,257, 10,913.
so both the top stacks are making just over second place money. The bottom 2 stacks making just over third place money. Not too bad.
No.
Everyone agrees? Okay, so your...
being serious. I'm being serious.
All right, Brian, what do you want to do? No? Okay, let's play.
Let's play.
No way.
I mean, unless you guys want to do something, that's what I'm saying. Like I want to make this. All right, cool. Let's play. I want to play.
Whoa.
Okay.
6120.
Whoa. It's not done. It's not done. That makes sense. I was wondering, I think production would tell us, but the chop did not happen, y'all.
I'm gonna look like that guy that said, "Oh, I should have chopped."
Brian is trying to tell the future. I'm going to look like that guy who's going to take $6,000 and say, I wish I had chopped. Thoughts, Norman, Chad?
Okay. I have bigger thoughts on chops. Who decided not to take the chop just now?
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, Brian, who is one of the shorter stacks.
No, anybody.
They're still talking. He's still trying.
Even I'll take the rest. All right, let's play.
We take 10 and I'll take the rest?
Oh, he has that. We gotta win this
It's
hand.
okay. It's okay. Let's play. I want to play.
What kind of question was that?
Uh-oh.
Doesn't matter. It's cool.
Sean's not a fan of the question from Brian.
It's okay. We can just play.
Personally, I'm on hashtag Team No Chop. So I like what Brian's saying. I'm a big fan. He may not have a lot of fans in chat, but I'm a big fan. I'm on a hashtag Team No Chop. Norman?
Well, I've hardly been in the position. I'm a no chop person, but I do believe in the poker community, in the poker economy. You make your decision as you want to make it. You should not be pressured to chop or not to chop. It's an individual's decision each time.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't feel bad if they're the one holdout of a group.
Yeah. You know, I do usually sell 95% of my action. My investors always tell me I should chop every chance I get, and I tend to say, nah. I'm playing for the big prizes, y'all.
The chop thing is always hard for me to explain to non-poker people. Because, by the way, you get down towards the end. One of the reasons I don't want to chop is you're playing to win. You're playing to see if you finish first, second, or third. So when you get down to the most important part of the event, of the competition, you stop and say, I always say it's the equivalent. I know this is sort of a false equivalence, but what if they got down to the semifinals in Wimbledon? They have 4 players left. Oh, we'll just chop the prize money. We're not going to play this out.
Yeah.
I'll give you the trophy. So in regular sports, people go, what are they talking about in poker?
Oh,
Now,
no kidding.
you are playing with your own money here.
Yeah.
But even if it wasn't your own money, the chop would still be around.
Sam in chat says, I'm in favor of chop if all agree. There was a ... I mean, it is hard when if all the other players, I don't want to be a standout to push back. And
Yeah.
Worried about money. That's why I feel like
all right, we've got a raise from Fabio under the gun.
I am playing. I'm laughing at the fact that you got
the first final table.
Oh, no.
Why do you
All right. They're getting a little heated. Luckily, this place is pretty cold, so I'm sure it'll chill off in just a few minutes.
I don't know. That's an American characteristic. You put one porterhouse in the middle of the table, and we all grab for it with our elbows out.
That's right. Sean does let it go. Fabio takes it down with the ace-7 suited. Shows the ace. Nice guy. All right.
But the other thing about this, when you have a chop and everyone can't agree, it just stays in your head sometimes. Like it'll preoccupy you then for a little while and take your mind off the game. Like you're pissed because we didn't chop, or why this guy didn't do this, or why, So it's kind of weird. You got to just brush it aside, like anything else in poker, and play your best poker you can each and every hand. Easier said than done.
All right. Eddie with the ace-3 offsuit under the gun. Our biggest stack here on the table, four-handed.
I just wanted 13. We're not that far away.
you need the money.
I think that's for sure. Doesn't matter. Let's not talk about it.
Apparently it does matter.
This is comedy. I like this. This is fun. I also like that Brian has a hard number of 13,000.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
They won't stop talking about the chop.
It's going to cool off sooner or later. Sean with Doyle Brunson's 10 deuce offsuit. Doyle Brunson won the main event in Las Vegas 2 times with his hand. But he will let it go. Not going to stand with it. Fabio, king, queen offsuit.
Okay, you can help them out, Jesse, if you go down to the table and ask if any of them are going to go see Wicked.
You know,
Change the topic.
unfortunately, this is on a 30-minute time delay, Norman.
You could still do it.
I'm not sure if they'll. You're saying that you think they're still fighting in 30 minutes?
Yes, so you go out there right now. They haven't been close to stopping.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, Fabio does make the call. We're going to be heads up to a flop. Eddie ahead with the ace, 3 offsuit. But just behind him is Fabio with 2 face cards. Six, 10, 10, rainbow. $300K bet from Eddie with the ace, and Fabio does let his cards go.
The other reason I would prefer not to chop,
Yeah.
and here we see Eddie still with the chip lead, and Fabio not terribly far behind, and then our 2 short stacks, is I don't play that many tournaments. I don't get that many. There's very little chance I'm going to get a lot of opportunities to play 3-handed or heads up.
Sure.
I don't even get practice to do it, so I would like to play 3-handed or heads up just for the experience. And that's what you're here for.
I'm here for the money.
Well, okay. Yes, we're here for the money, but I'm saying when you get down to the final table, you're here to make as much as you can, and you're here actually, if you can, to win the whole thing. So I'd like to play 3-handed or heads up. I may never get to 3-handed or heads up again.
There you go. We got some movement here from Fabio. Ace-7 offsuit in the small blind.
460. 460.
Raised to 460 and makes it work. Sam in chat says, hey, come back to your college town. We'll play.
Who's coming back to whose college town?
I don't know if he's talking to you or Janice in chat. I don't know what's going on here. But, hey, we do have Eric Fernandez in chat who says, hey, great stream, guys. What's the payouts now? Thanks for watching with us, Sam. Up top, well, first I'll tell you, we nearly had shop just a moment ago with our 2 shortest stacks hovering around 10 big blinds each, considering around $11,000 payouts, and the top 2 stacks sitting around 4 or 5 million, a lot, the top of the stack. These guys were considering around second place money, but that all fell apart. So we're playing for 4th place would take 6,623. Third place, 10,174, just over 15,000 for second, and 22,599 for first.
Yeah, so each pay jump here, right around 5,000 or so, significant amount of money. And the chop would have given the 2 big stacks 16K and the 2 small stacks 11K, but we will continue to gamble.
Eddie with pocket queens here. Eddie the plumber was hovering in the middle for a while, it felt like, and now Eddie has taken charge of this table. Eddie, or Eric, as someone in chat was calling him for a while. Not sure if that was just a misspell or... Eddie makes it 350,000 with the ladies. Hey, girls.
Brian with the reluctant fold. He would have been well behind. And now he's happy he folded,
Boom. There you go.
as Eddie shows the pocket queens.
All that college talk, Norman, that I thought it was directed towards you. That was just Sam and Janice talking to
They're
each
just
other.
talking to each other in
yeah,
chat?
They're just busy.
Yeah. Can't
Hey,
they just call each other?
Yeah, listen, guys, there's DMs. There's all sorts of other forms of communication. Please refrain from private conversations within our YouTube chat. This is a safe place for everyone. I'm just kidding. Have fun. All right. Siobhan in YouTube chat is going into some good detail here about the odds of a chop here. I don't think you're wrong at all, man. I think we probably will be reconsidering that chat soon. Ace Queen offsuit for Brian.
We'll take it.
Takes it down.
And by the way, after the extended kerfuffle over the aborted chop, they have calmed down, and now nobody's talking to anybody. A lot of energy, though, went into the post-chop decision discussion.
One of my favorite things that happened was that Eddie, who is our chip leader, agreed to give the trophy to Fabian.
Yes.
They shook
Fabian.
hands, and then Brian said, "No chop." With around 11 bigs, said no chop. I mean, this has been that was wild. That was wild. Janice says, "Hi, Norm."
Hey, Janice. Hey. Hey.
All right, Eddie under the gun makes it 400K with pocket deuces. Ooh, Fabio's gonna wake up in the big blind with.
He was already awake.
I mean, okay. Oh, that's a big raise. No, I don't think we're sticking around with ducks here.
He's checking his inventory.
Yeah.
He has control of the table right now with his chip stack, and he would lose the chip lead eventually if he ends up.
Imagine if these were anything bigger, like 9s, 10s.
Yeah. Nope.
And he took Eddie out. I'm sorry, you took Fabio out. I said Eddie. Imagine. Oh, my gosh. Top two stacks battling would have been wild. All right, Sean's our short stack with 8.2 big blinds, just under $1 million. Brian is our third place, 12 bigs, with just 1.4. We got Fabio and Eddie sitting up there at the top in the suites, the expensive box seats in the stadium. $5.3 million, and $4.8 million. Boom, boom. If I would have had aces. Come on, Eddie, you had deuces. Ooh. Brian being very creative with his stack. Makes it just over the minimum. King 9 offsuit. Fabio calls the pocket fives. Eddie just has to call, put out one more big blind basically to defend with King 3. Just shy. There we go.
The rare three-handed action with 4 left.
Ooh. Ace, ace, jack, rainbow. Oh, Sam. We'll catch up in just a second, Sam. Eddie checks it. Brian makes it 175 with the King 9 offsuit. Fabio, pocket fives. Ooh, he's not calling. He's just saying more, and it works. Brian throws it away real quick. Boom, boom, boom.
We have 4 players left here. A computer fella, a racehorse trainer, a plumber, and a guy with a 10.5 shoe size.
That's right. That's absolutely. You remember all the details. I love it.
Brian is the shoe size person.
Yeah, but just before this final table started, Norman and I went out and we got some details about these players. And when we asked Brian, our player far to the right with the Puma hat, what his occupation was, he just smiled and told us my shoe size is 10.5.
He told you. You were the one gathering the information. I was sunbathing.
We got an all-in from Sean. Our shortest stack, pocket sevens. Fabio with the 8-3. We'll fold it. Eddie, our biggest stack with 2 face cards. I don't know how he could. Oh, he lets it go. He does have Brian behind him, though. That makes sense. All right, Sean with a nice little add-on. Sam says, Norm, text shame me. Now I'm scared to chat. Sam, come on back. You're safe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad I text shamed you. I still think instead of chatting, who's he chatting with?
Janice.
Janice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's old-fashioned. I know nobody in the generation behind me, in the 2 generations behind me, wants to talk on the phone anymore.
Nope.
You know, you don't. If you leave a voicemail, they never hear it. Are you old enough to you used to get a busy signal when you called somebody?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, busy signal, man.
Am I old enough? I'm 42 years old. Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's right. You're older.
Fabio throws away the king 3. Eddie with the ace jack offsuit says, I'll make it 4.91 million. Yep. Brian and Sean say no thanks. Boom, boom. Yeah, I remember busy signals. Man, Norman, one thing I used to do a lot when I was a kid was I had to compete in radio contests. And I would, I had a system, finger on the little plug, you know,
Yep.
the plug. Yeah,
So
whatever.
for the hang, yeah. So
hang up.
one would be do that, and back
one redial,
bang,
one
bang,
redial,
bang, bang,
exactly.
one in the other.
I won so many radio
pretty good.
contests. My goodness,
Doesn't
dude.
surprise me. That led you to your game show
Appearance.
obsession.
Yeah. Norman's talking. I was on the episode Wheel of Fortune last year. This is true, a true story. Oof.
I don't know what I dropped.
Nothing too.
Headset. Thank you.
We got some hands here. Eddie, under the gun. Ace 10 offsuit. Makes it a milli. Brian throws away his king. Ooh, Fabio, yikes.
Well, these are the 2 big stacks.
Fabio with snowmen, pocket 8s. That's a big raise. Again, blinds right now are 6120. He made it a million.
It is a big raise under the gun. Of course, we're only 4-handed. Again, Fabio right now with the chip lead over Eddie. Gets involved here. Chip lead could be gone. He does have the best hand, but that is a big raise under the gun. Again, I think he's on the edge. If this hand for Eddie was pocket 10s or better, I think he's coming for sure. Pocket 7s, 8s, and 9s. Fabio, I don't think necessarily wants to come.
A big change from earlier in this dynamic. Niall would be losing his mind if he was taking it.
No, because this is now at least a 1-minute tank, which is okay.
Yep. So the problem he's got here, right, Fabio, is that we almost had chop. Players were taking home big money, but we decided not to. 4th place pays $6,000 right now, about $5,000 less than what the considered chop was for the shorter stacks. He would have taken around $15K. So it's like, do I want to commit 20% of my stack? No. But it's pocket 8s. It's hard to get a pair. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's really hard to get a pair in poker.
Yeah, so he's got the pay jumps in consideration. He's got the threat of losing his chip lead, and it's great to have the chip lead. So these are running through his mind, and then he's figuring what is the range that Eddie would be raising under the gun, and and putting in, it was like 8x.
Yeah.
And
it's-
he'd be playing this hand also, Fabio, out of position.
Yeah.
God, he's just going to reluctantly give it up.
It's a great bet size, honestly, from Eddie to make it. I mean, look at this. Yeah, gotta show.
It's a race, Brazil. You know, I mean, it could be, you know.
They both show.
You want to go home? Then I'm here.
You know, call me and then it flip.
Fabio.
Yeah, he had pair eights.
Ay, ay, ay. Next time,
Just run it for all of it. Flip the coin, baby. Yeah, we'll flip the coin.
Fabio is no longer apparently friends with Eddie, who had agreed to give him the trophy. Despite being the chip leader, shook on giving the trophy, and then the whole thing fell apart. And now Fabio's like, do you want to go home?
Well, again, Eddie agreed to give him the trophy, but for a moment had gone back on that. And then he agreed.
Oh, that's true. Hey, we got a big raise from Brian, it looked like.
Brian has gone all in.
Almost all in.
Oh, left 15K
He
behind
left 3 little red chips behind.
with the ace.
Yep. Eddie lets it go. Boom. A few extra chips for Brian. Over in YouTube chat, we got Robert, who says, I've been a big fan of Norman since the ESPN days. Thanks for being in chat, Robert. That's right, you guys. If you're just tuning in, we do have commentary legend, published author, first time No Limit Hold'em cash Hendon Mob scorer, Norman Chad in the booth here with us here at Palm Beach Kennel Club.
That last thing was the most impressive of the 3 things you just mentioned, that I could actually cash in a no-limit hold'em tournament. It's a statistical improbability.
That's right. That's right. Statistical improbability. If you have that on your bingo card, go ahead and check it off.
So Eddie from the small blind here just calling. Limps in. Giving Brian, who's very happy to see a flop for no more investment with his ace-8 deuce offsuit.
Got King 10-9, 2 diamond flop. Oh, Eddie says all in real quick. Brian, let's go. Josh in chat says, is it really true this chop didn't happen because of the trophy? No, no, no. I apologize. Our storytelling, well, we are failing at this part, Josh. So the trophy thing was between Eddie and Fabio, our 2 chip leaders, between our 2 short stacks. This is between Sean and Brian. That's where it all kind of fell apart. So it seemed like there's a big agreement from the players. But then Brian, who is one of our shortest stacks, said, I don't agree to 11,000. I want a little bit more. I want 13,000. He wanted kind of to take the extra off and like leave Sean with around 10K, and Sean's like, no. And then Brian said, in that case, let's play. There were some words like that around it. So it was a short stack win, a little bit more than what ICM was saying or whatever their calculator was going to do. And here we go.
And here it is. You know, that type of dispute normally would lead then to a clash between the 2 who are arguing.
Yeah, Sean with ace queen way ahead.
And here we go. It took a while.
Brian tried to jam from the small blind, pushing the big blind out, and it did not work here.
Well, he does have 2 live cards, but yeah, the 2 in dispute now up against each other. And that will just about seal it.
Yep.
Brian is now going to cost himself about 5K.
That's right.
As it always works, it seems.
He said, too, Brian out in 4th place, 6,623.
And there's the Carmack, just a matter of time before that was going to happen to that low life.
Okay, so here's the question now. Do we now go for the chop? Because, I mean, they need new numbers for sure.
I think they will discuss it. If they discuss it at 4, here comes a sheet. So now we got the bad egg out of here who didn't want to chop earlier. Let's chop now. But that was Brian's decision, and there's nothing wrong with that decision.
Big GG's to Brian. That, again, is, let's see, Brian Vasquez, who did finish in 4th place. When we asked Brian what his occupation was, all he did was just smile. Wouldn't say a word to us. But then he said, I will share one more bit of information. My shoe size is a 10.5. It appeared to be a 10.5 wide. I will say that.
You never saw his feet or his shoes, so the 10.5 wide took home 6.5 large. Appear to be a wide. Who are you kidding? What are you, Columbo? You Columbo?
I was not ready for that. I'm so sorry, Chad.
sorry. All right.
I lost it. I lost it. Norman sent me over. Hi. Brian insulted him bad. He did.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. Three players remain here, but we might just be all wrapped up.
Yeah.
All right, they are taking a little break here, apparently.
You know, it'd be kind of cool. I know that this doesn't work this way. If Brian could come back in here and object to this chop.
You know, I actually, I mean, they're not pausing for a chop. I think they might just be on break, or it's hard to know what's going on at the moment. They're getting some chip counts to make sure everything's right in our software.
Oh, okay.
Great.
I thought I saw a tournament official come out and start to write down the numbers again.
Hey, this guy right here, doesn't he look like me when I had a longer beard?
Yes, he does look like you when you had a longer beard.
A lot.
Yeah.
This production staff member. I used to have a beard. Mine was a lot more grays in my beard. I recently made a big mistake and chopped almost all my facial hair off. Actually, no, I went down to the skin after having a beard for 5 years. But yeah, that production team member. Whoa. Anyways. Who won the trophy? Asks Ron. Ron, good news. No one has won the trophy yet. The tournament continues.
Here we go.
Try it, D. Spread the deck, D. All right. 13,000. Sean.
Here we go. Let's hear the numbers.
178. Don't talk about that. Fabio. 17,794. 17,620. Up to you guys. I'll take it.
13, 17, 17.
17,624. 17,794. Yes, he has 5,355,000. We have 5,151,000. Wait. No. Yeah. 5. I got more. Yeah, I know you know you have 5.5. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-oh.
This is 5.5.
I'm not sure if the plumber realized that he was not the chip leader anymore.
That's wrong. 5.5. Stop.
No, he doesn't. He has 5,500,000.
I didn't.
That's fine. I'm just telling you what he has.
Just like you did with us. No, but like you guys just the numbers are wrong then. There's no problem.
That's wrong.
This is 5.5. Numbers are wrong. Yes. No, yeah, actually, yeah, the numbers are wrong. Yes, the numbers are wrong.
Jay, it's 5.
Oh, okay.
You
There
gotta
was-
be kidding me.
Oh, it's okay. So
The
what happens?
numbers were wrong?
So what's going on right now, just so you guys know, is sometimes the chip count in the system will miss something. It happens just, it's a small clerical error, no big deal. But that means our ICM numbers are just a little bit off. So we go back.
You know, what I always fear in these situations, Jesse,
Yeah.
is that there's a higher form of intelligence on another planet, distant planet, that's looking down at us. And they see what we're seeing right here. And they go, what are these, humans? And then the other person says, yeah, they're humans down there. Okay? They live an average of 75 or 80 years. And now they're sitting around.
Oh.
Probably going to be the last hand, and you guys are going to be on a break.
You guys can be on a 15-minute break.
Up the red chip.
We're going to color up the red.
Well, guys,
We go on.
we have some bad news. If this had been a chop that was agreed to by the players, Norman and I agreed that we were going to stay to the very end. But because that's a second chop that they have now disagreed to, Norman has a thing in his contract that says, at that point, I quit. The reality is tonight we're having our Bar Poker Open holiday party. It started about an hour ago, and Norman loves to be fashionably late. So we're going to do out this hand. Players go on a 15-minute break, and we are going to leave the booth.
But we'll still have it on the live stream, won't we?
Well, yes, and plus we'll have the local team.
Oh, that's great. I thought you were just pulling the plug on this.
No.
Like the Heidi game in the NFL many years ago.
No.
Oh, okay.
The players, the people at home will still see a winner.
Okay.
They just won't get to hear your beautiful
That's
voice.
fine with all of us.
Norman, before we leave, any thoughts on these final 3 players?
As far as their playing style and stuff, there's nothing unusual I noted except that we saw Eddie lay down a couple of hands that I thought he might want to play, but did not want to go up the chip lead at the time, so he's a little more tight. And then we saw the back and forth between Eddie and Fabio when they both showed their hands, the pocket eights and the ace-10, and so I think they have a little business to finish with each other. They will clash sooner or later.
Aye. All right. It's been fun, you guys. I really enjoyed this table. I mean, these are a lot of fun players. We are going to go on break. Do not go anywhere. 3 players remain, $22,000 up top, and it appears these players do not want to chop. They want to play for some big money, a beautiful trophy here at Palm Beach Kennel Club. So they got some entertainment coming your way. We'll bring it back just momentarily. So thanks. Do not go anywhere. We'll see you guys in just a second.
Hey, guess what? We're back. Sorry, it's not Norman, Chad, or his friend. It's just me and Oaktai and Drew somewhere.
Drew, floating. There he is.
Whoa, that's so weird.
He's in both places at one time.
How is he there and there? Hey, chat, what's up? I hope you guys are still there, because guess what? These guys are not chopping. They are playing it down to a winner, and
Well, how prestigious.
we're here to witness it.
Yeah.
They're playing for a trophy,
They
and
want the
also,
trophy. Bro, they want the
So
trophy
listen,
so
here were the
bad.
numbers. They were going to chop 17,000, 17,000, and 13 in change,
Something.
and guess what? They said no. And you know what we said? We're here for it.
Yeah,
'Cause
13 wasn't having it, huh?
No,
they
we,
want.
listen, we like the blood, okay? We choose violence around here, okay? So
Run it once
yeah.
for blood. But yeah, we said whatever you guys want. Okay, they've said no to 1, 2,
Listen,
3
Ron,
or 4.
Ron R. Ron R. Listen, you might like this chop, but guess what? It's not Norman Chad anymore. You got the B squad. Let's go.
Wait a second.
Listen, I'm
here.
just trying to be nice. We're obviously the A squad. I'm trying to be humble, okay? Hello?
Ivani, who's left? Three
Hello?
players are left, my friend.
Ivani, yeah, well, that's Ivani who was there earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, who
should be.
Who's at final,
I
yeah.
don't know any, that many Ivanis.
Well, you know.
I'm sure there's a few, but
I don't know 8. That's it.
in our
I don't
chat
know
is only one.
that many. Yeah, I think I don't remember the names.
So the names are
Sean in seed 1, Fabio
Sean,
in seed 2,
Fabio.
Eddie is left in seed 5 or
Correct.
6, wherever that
There
is.
you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever.
That's who they are.
But
man, you're good.
That's good memory.
You're real good.
somebody paid attention.
I was wondering why we kept them around. I was literally trying to figure it out.
It's not just about the money tonight. I'm telling you this right now. First of all, the first chop that they were this close to agreeing to, Eddie said, or Fabio said no because I want the trophy. Eddie said, how about this? You take the trophy. Even though I'm getting the trophy, I'll give you the trophy. They
Right.
said yes.
Yeah.
And then Brian was a short stack. He said no. So then they kept playing. And now we're back.
So no, but you even got to go even further back.
Go.
All right, so Ivani, check it out. When we were 5-handed, it was Niall
Right.
and Brian who eventually got out 5th and 4th respectively. They asked, and in fact, it was Brian who asked Niall if he wanted to chop. Niall said, "No, I don't want to chop. Play it
I was
out."
the
Guess
first one to
what?
say no.
And he was the first one out.
Brian said, I hope you don't bust next.
Right.
And then guess what? Now I got knocked out. So not only that, guess what? It's the magic of editing, okay? Secondly, so then
is he humble?
Brian asked for a chop again. We came up with the numbers. Everybody was happy, and then Brian asked one of the other players for an extra 1,300, and the player said, "No,
He
I'm
asked
not."
the short stack.
He asked the short
Not the big
stack
stacks.
for an extra 1,300. The short stack said no, and Brian said, "All right, let's play it out." And guess who was the next one out? So here's the thing: when you ask for a chop and then you say no,
Your neck is on
you're
the
next.
chopping block.
You're next.
the
Okay.
guillotine. So
I
you
was
better
definitely
watch out,
trying
man.
to pull it up as quick as I could, but
No, but I'll
there's-
be honest. There's something to be said about if you're the guy who says no. It's possible that the rest of the guys are headhunting you at that point.
Yeah, of
it's
course,
It's
but-
it's a thing that happens. I've seen it happen.
you know, they talk about this karma thing. Boy, wow, she's a maniac. I just got a theme song for that, though. You know, it's like, hold on, here we go.
Theme song.
Yeah.
What a theme song?
Buddy, we just got fined by the FCC. Crazy. That is wild. That is coming out of your paycheck, buddy. I hope you're working after the stream.
Sir, there's like a 30-second loop that you're allowed to play a clip without getting in
We're
trouble.
talking about the old guy thing to do. That was it.
That's it. That's 100%. We got to change the words around, too.
I just find it ironic. That's all I'm saying.
Don't you think?
So let's talk about things that we have seen. Even though we haven't been commentating, we've been watching. And
I heard a lot of curse words. I heard
Back
some.
here or
on the
no,
table?
on the
On the table.
table.
Okay,
Listen,
so-
these guys were vicious. They
Hey,
did not.
listen, man.
They did not want any.
the tension is obviously it's good for poker. It's good for the game. It's good for the stream. But after all the words were said and done, we had poker to be played, and Fabio made it a point to say, "Dude, he was talking about Eddie's raises on his big blind and things like that, and Eddie has been choosing some very interesting and large sizes." And Fabio, we've been watching. He's pretty conservative. He's made some tight laydowns, some big laydowns. It's because when you're at the final table, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, you'll see the big stacks lean on the short stacks. You bust a short stack, you make more money. But in this instance, Eddie is just firing away left and right, and it's actually getting on Fabio's nerves, and we might see a big hand collide.
Right?
because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that
yeah.
aspect alone,
Before again, for
who
Sean,
knows
right?
what's gonna
No,
happen?
but I'm
Yeah.
saying they might get it done before Sean's even
Yeah,
involved.
yeah, that would be
Sean
insane.
might backdoor himself into
Sean
second
is-
place.
He said to me on 3 different occasions, "Ladder up, baby." Bro, Sean is loving it. Sean has
Yeah.
he had 4 bigs when the blinds were what? 25-50, I think. He had 200K when the blinds were.
So for those of you guys that have been watching, just so you know, we have taken the 5,000 red chips off the table. We have added the pink chips, which are 100,000 denomination chips.
More pink chips.
So every stack of pink chips you see is 2 million. Every stack of gold chips you see is 500,000. We got a little over 12 million in play right now. Blinds are going to be 60, 120, and those are pretty big. Pretty big blinds, so we're going to see some chips flying here.
They were just 75, 150, right? They were going to 1-2. I think.
Was it 75, 150?
I'm almost positive.
Time flies.
Maybe we're going to 75, 150.
I think we're going to 75, 150.
Yeah,
I thought it was
they were
60,
just 60, 120. Yeah, you're right. All right.
That's all good. Two of the players are coming
Still.
back from the break. One more to start.
75, 150. That means 1.5 mil is 10 bigs.
Y'all know
Steffi Mo back in the chat.
Do you see Steffi Mo with the glamour shot? I like it.
She's going to be on the microphone tomorrow.
Glamour shot profile.
She's taking a spot, so maybe she'll have a chance to talk with Norman Chad. He'll be here in the booth again, so he's coming back.
I've heard the
Steffi.
rumors.
Yeah, hey,
I've
Ivani,
heard the
good job
rumors
today,
he's
bro.
returning.
Yeah.
Ivani, you
So
played good
guys,
today, bro.
tomorrow we are going to finish up our BPO tournament. I'm not exactly sure the numbers on that. First place is going to be
The championship?
Yeah.
Aren't they? Oh, they just bagged up. So I don't think we have the. We're not gonna have the numbers for that
the
till
final
tomorrow.
official numbers until later
Yeah,
on.
we don't have official numbers till tomorrow.
Right.
Well, no, we should.
The championship?
Yeah, because
just finished.
Right, but but we already knew the
Oh,
but
wait,
the buy-ins were hours ago. The buy-ins were hours
He's
ago.
gonna point-
Who is this guy?
Why?
What is he doing here? Just
When do they ever say we finished immediately? Here are the numbers. Wow. Oh wait,
the
actually,
numbers
on the
should
end
be
of every
scrolling.
plate. At the end of every
I was
final
gonna say, they should
plate.
be scrolling on the clock somewhere.
No. But usually they just like this event today.
We've
they
been
said,
here a long
they
time.
said as soon
We've all
as we
been
get
here a
here
long
day 2,
time.
you'll have the numbers day 2. Hey, we're back in play.
There
Let's
we go.
go.
All right. Switch
wild.
back to poker. Folks.
Actually wild. Oh, Sam, we were in the shot and now we're not. But I can put it back up there randomly if you want. I'll do a random one of these when something crazy happens. I'll throw the.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, that was good. There we go. That's a great. Oh, ouch! That was my ear.
Is everybody okay?
Sweet. Goodness gracious.
I'm alive. I'm okay.
It looks like heads up play here. Eddie 10-9. Sean with Jack Deuce.
Eddie has a lot of outs apparently.
Do you think
They're all chop
half
outs.
the deck, but
The whole screen?
so on bets and folds, they don't need their outs. Bets and folds. Steffi Mo, since you're watching, guess what? Norman Chad will be here tomorrow again. He wants to shine the light with some of our commentators. So
Yeah, they're going to be taking breaks and they're going to let you guys come through and do a little commentary with them. So
there are your chip counts if you want to
be on
know.
your best behavior.
I don't know what that is.
He can't read. He doesn't have his glasses on.
It said don't do that. I can read.
No, I'm trying to figure out what is it that we're not supposed to do.
I know.
Oh, it's probably me putting my face in the camera.
No, that was before. That was before.
I feel like it was before. It's
It was.
possible that Josh said, "Please don't put your face in the camera." What was the?
What was the what?
I'm trying. Anyways, back to the action.
Whatever it is, please don't do that. And I understand.
Yes, Josh.
I agree with
don't
him.
do what?
I agree. ... Still texting. I don't know.
I don't know, but we'll
Could
find
be.
out.
We'll find out.
Anyways, Sean did tell me that he has been running really bad lately, so he's very happy to be here at this three-handed.
Listen,
final
it's a
table.
tough. We all
bro,
three of
tournament
us
grind
know
is
how to play.
real, bro.
Definitely played some tournaments. Know that cashing is a difficult, sometimes near impossible task. And just getting to the money is an achievement to make it to the final table, and then right here to be
Top
this
3 is what it's
top
all
three,
about, baby.
Yeah, top 4 or 5 are usually for the where's all the money at. Oh, that's a great little focus thing there. Talking about my eyes. It's just
doing it on-
adjusted.
We did that on purpose.
The blinds are 75K,
Sean-
150,000. So
Sean opens button. Did we not just see this hand happen, or is this another?
this
different?
is hey,
this
that
is a
is
different
another hand. This is
another
a different hand.
Okay.
325, 305. Call. Ron is a Sean fan.
Diana's been having problems with
She
the,
talked about that.
with the flop all night.
She kind of told me during the break why she was doing the house flop.
Uh-huh.
She
Because
was
the
like,
cards are just so thick.
No, this felt.
Oh, it's the felt, the
Yeah,
new felt.
it's a brand new felt, and it's not gripping the cards at all. So the cards I have seen, that they don't want to split up So she was like, I think it's better if I just put him out.
So as you can see, the percentages here are about 50-50 because even though Sean has the best of it right now, Eddie has any pair draw and an open-ended.
Open-ender.
He's just going to go ahead and take it down now.
Aggression wins that.
Yeah.
Aggression. Take notes.
Eddie's fearless, man.
Well, look at that
Eddie's my new
poker
fearless.
face.
Well, I mean, before we saw Bob make some fearless plays, and me and Terry were just applauding him for it. I mean,
Oh, yeah, he
it
stepped up
takes-
his game for sure.
It takes a lot of
I
heart
mean,
to make these type of moves and just to have no fear to do that. And now that I'm seeing, we're here and we have a new challenger for the heart of the tournament.
Yeah, it was funny
trophy.
when Bob busted. The only hand he could think about was the 3-4 hand he played. And I said, listen, bro, I go, you play that hand spectacular. You just didn't know at the moment what you were
Yeah.
facing. I go,
Yeah.
that's just hard to do. I mean, I think the
It-
play would have worked any other
It
situation.
works against 100 different hands except for the one that
exactly,
Allen happened
except
to
for
have.
the one
yeah.
time. So everything is situational poker. Like at one point something would happen.
Yanis in Yonkers. What's up, girl?
Did we change anything? Did we fix it? Are we back on Twitch or no?
I don't think we're on
Alright,
Twitch.
we'll have to
We didn't
fix
touch
that.
anything.
Josh,
We don't want
Josh.
to end anything anymore. This is going to go until
Yeah,
we finish.
yeah.
Folks, this
Things
is what you got.
happen whenever we press too many buttons.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Too many
Josh, keep in mind that
buttons
this-
ever pressed.
we need to fix the Twitch
Yeah.
token. Did they? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Good job.
I definitely want to say thank you to all the people out there. There's so many things to do,
I
especially
want to thank Diana the most.
giving props out to Diana and her household.
Diana killed it tonight.
Yeah, she did a great job. So fabulous.
With her house game flops.
But, yeah, it's like,
These blinds are coming around quickly for Sean.
Yeah.
oh, three-handed. They are, right?
Sean
You always
lost
the big
two
blind.
hands since we came back from break, and
look
he
at
is-
he's got
Dude,
one.
that's
hurt.
He's got all his chips in one hand.
He's pulling he's pulling 375 every round. So
Oh, that hurts. Well, losing one hand hurts, but losing two.
oh,
This is it. Oh, we just say that. This is a hand you get
Ruh-roh,
all day.
Raggy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm all in.
all in and snap call.
Sean.
Hey, you can be behind and still catch up.
Yikes.
We've seen it
Sean,
before.
Sean sees the bad news.
Pretty
is
bad.
Not the spot Sean was hoping for.
Nah.
Oh, less outs.
He only loses 2 outs.
Trey, deuce 8 on the flop, 10 on the turn. And
Only
8
loses 2
seals
outs. He
the
lost one out,
deal.
but the jack of spades. But who's counting?
All right. Howard
Jerry's
Johnson,
counting apparently. You need two
Hey,
fingers. You need
you're
two
right,
hands?
buddy.
You need
Look
two
at
hands
you.
to
I-
count?
again,
Or what?
You're on a roller coaster tonight. Sometimes I feel like you're doing great, and sometimes I'm like, what is he
That's
doing
because sometimes I'm doing great and sometimes I'm doing questionable things. Ron will tell you that I'm always doing some questionable things. Okay, what's happening here? Wait.
No, let's play. I think it's funny.
Ron, you said now you guys need to pay. Yeah. No chop.
You're playing it out. We tried it 3 times. and
That's
now
funny.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys are now ready to chop, right?
There's
At this
a-
point, they're ready to chop. Ron came in and said, "Nah, man, y'all are
the
playing.
three-
Let's go."
No chop rule 3. Yep.
Oh, that's funny, dude.
Did you guys take a picture?
They got one.
All right.
Don't look at me, bro. All right. So now, okay, we're talking deals now. Let's see.
Yeah, Eddie kept looking at me, bro. Wanting me to be like a mediator. I'm like, you're making a deal with me. You stop looking at me.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of those divorces.
Fabio's saying, let's just chop it 50-50.
What's it come out to? Yeah, tell us
Run
the
the
numbers.
numbers.
Run some
Right, that's what
numbers.
ICM is there for.
Listen, all I know is Fabio really wants that trophy.
No, Fabio.
Oh, is
Eddie,
Fabio.
actually,
Which
Eddie
one's
wants
Eddie?
Eddie here.
Eddie and Fabio.
Fabio,
Fabio there.
no,
Fabio
first,
wants the trophy.
Fabio wants the trophy
Right,
for sure.
right.
Eddie was like, at first, Eddie was like, no, you know what, you can have it, and now he's like, wait, I kind of want it, like, but Fabio for sure
No,
was here for the trophy, like,
For sure.
yeah.
Trophy
So-
first, blood second, money
Money
third.
That's a good order.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna run some numbers and see what happens.
Oh, okay.
Buddy, we're talking on as if it was.
So they just said 50-50. What?
He said it. You missed it. That's what
We did miss it. Yeah, that
Well,
happens
no, I
sometimes.
missed it.
It's 1,000. He gets 1,000 more. He takes the trophy.
Oh,
Split 50.
Okay.
1,000
What a deal! What a deal! You can buy a trophy for
bought a trophy for
$250 at the
$1,000.
trophy store.
No, but then
or
listen. I mean, we've seen, maybe not here per se in this tournament in our 100Ks, but it's happened in the world of poker. People make deals all the time. This guy, they made a 50-50 chop.
Yep.
Eddie said, "You give me $1,000, you have the trophy." Fabio said, "Done."
Well, and not only that, but he does have he has a chip lead too, so it's not like it's just
And he specified. He's like, I
Yeah.
have more chips. He's like, I should get something.
right.
Yeah,
That's what
and
Eddie's
he's
like,
not
"Oh,
wrong.
okay,
He's
okay."
not wrong.
Yeah,
Because
alright.
Eddie had more chips, he says technically it's my trophy. We could chop the money.
Which is
Right.
19,700
Right.
a piece.
Yep.
Pretty
So
good
we chopped
deal.
it in half.
Yeah.
So what is he
Eddie
getting?
gets
So
an
like
extra
20
$1,000,
20,500, give or take?
That's
20,500?
honestly, that's fair. Everybody gets
Yeah.
what they want.
No, 18,711.
18,711. Yeah. Okay. So the chop was even. 18,711. One person gets 1,000 extra. Do the math.
So one person got
One person gets a
19.7 and
trophy.
one person
Right.
got 17.7.
Yeah.
18,711.
18.711.
18,711.
Right.
Oh, okay. The number was in the middle of those. So the number was.
Number was 19 and 19.
Yeah. I understand. You take.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. Fine.
Got it.
Bro, trophies have power.
Again, everybody gets what they want, and it only took 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm out of fingers on
This
my
is,
hand.
this is our fifth ICM calculation,
it
and
was
they
six.
didn't even calculate the ICM. There was no even ICM. It was just right down the middle.
Just said let's.
I want a trophy. I want 1,000 more. Let's go home.
Boom. That's a great way to deal, though. Negotiation is key to everything.
I love it.
Hostage
Ladies and
situation.
gentlemen, thank you
Love
for
it.
showing up. Thank you for having a great time.
Just in
with us.
case you guys didn't catch it, long story short, Eddie's going to take home 19,711. Eddie's going to take home 18,711.
Other way around, but okay.
And a trophy. No,
Eddie
it's
gets
not.
the. Eddie gets the
you're
more.
right.
Eddie gets the more.
You're right.
The 19
Fabio
whatever.
gets the trophy,
Fabio
yeah.
gets the 18 whatever plus
Right.
the trophy.
Correct.
So
It's all good. But
we
listen,
are
guys,
done.
there's more tournament play tomorrow, though.
Come back
we got
tomorrow.
The BP
Oh.
World Poker
BPO.
Open Champion. BPO.
BP.
You said the
Oh,
BP.
World Poker. He said the World Poker O. The BP Poker O. Anyways, the Bar Poker Open continues tomorrow with the World Championship. Is that what it says?
Yeah,
on
the
title?
World Championship.
The World Championship.
Right. And then Stephanie Moe, she'll be on the mic. Norma Chad will be back.
Nancy's going to be here tomorrow.
Nancy as well. Got the
I can see Nancy and Norman
Norma,
Chad on the mic together.
Spicing it up. That'd be great. So,
Sounds like that. I can't wait to tune into that
some
one.
more fun stuff.
Good times.
Awesome.
You did great,
a good
Diana.
job.
Diana,
Thank
you did. You crushed it. We love you.
Want to give a shout out to our entire production team. We got Jay Free, Ron, Gio. Give a shout out to Josh, Donnie, our floor man tonight, Joey D, our tournament director, Jacob, Noah, everybody that makes this thing run. Especially give a thanks to all of our dealers. We literally could not do this without our viewers. Hello.
We're still on. Click on the camera.
hello?
Hello.
Yeah, click
That's
the
just the
camera
feed.
with the feed.
We're
There we
still
go.
here. We're still here.
Feed is
Blackout.
gone.
Anyways,
But,
we'll wrap
yeah.
this up real quick.
We'll give a quick thanks to all of our chatters tonight. Ron R., Josh Alderman, Steffi Mo, all of our previous chatters, Janice, everybody else that was on tonight. We appreciate you guys. This literally is nothing without you guys watching. And like everybody said, we'll be back tomorrow 11 o'clock in the morning to finish out our BPO.
Don't forget
And
to
Like,
follow, share,
subscribe.
subscribe.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll click all those little buttons that say hi.
Yeah. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night. Appreciate you.
That looks a lot like an outro.
That sure did.
This is the one. This is it.
Outro. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, they can because broadcast audio is still on. Sorry, guys. Have a great night.